Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Cousin Ryan.
And John.
And we're going to watch the trailer for
Delorean. Yeah.
Is it called something different?
Let's find out.
Okay. Big Delorean fan. Love Back to the Future, of course. I don't even know if I would know what a DeLorean is if it wasn't for Back to the Future.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of an 80s thing. I mean,
it is, but is it 80s because of Back to the Future, or would it have been...
Well, I mean, it was an 80s thing, I think, because of all the girls, the cocaine, all of that. So it was a bigger deal back,
For sure. Okay, let's see what this is about. I didn't even know this was going to be a thing.
Are you surprised that a feature film hasn't been made about your dad and his life?
Yeah. He's got cocaine, hot chicks, sports cars, bombed out buildings, Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, FBI agents, and hardcore drug
I
dealers.
think that was actual footage of the drug
Allow me
bust.
to introduce the DeLorean motor car.
Nice.
Dang, they've got Baldwin looking like John DeLorean.
Yeah, it looks good.
A number of people have been wanting to do a movie of my life.
I'm going to try to be DeLorean.
John DeLorean was the leading man Hollywood producers dream of, and he was real.
He was one of the maverick rogues of his day.
What the hell is this?
That's the GTO.
You're out of your damn mind.
He married the world's top supermodel.
My dad was at the peak of everything, and then came the car.
This is the Delorean Motor Company.
It's impossible to start up a car company.
This is real innovation.
And you've got the money for this?
Oh, yeah.
John didn't have the money.
We were heading for insolvency.
John DeLorean is in jail this morning.
I just found out a few hours ago. I know nothing.
Stability and sanity left the household when he got arrested.
When John
yeah.
puts all the chips on the table, is you have to play music while everything collapses around him. It's like da na 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 na. You start to see another side of John.
You did sell your soul.
Phil Donahue.
He is either a beleaguered man or he was the greatest con man to ever come down the pipe.
There we go.
They set up an innocent man.
When does DeLorean get to a point where he could have turned back?
How far would you be willing to go to save your life's dream?
Framing John DeLorean, that's what it was. That's right.
Okay.
So, I've got one question right off the bat, and it's my fault for not researching this a little bit ahead of time. Is this a trailer for the making of the movie? Or is this actually the trailer for the movie? Because it was like that weird Alec Baldwin as Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
And then, because it gave behind-the-scenes stuff.
Well, and they used a bunch of real footage.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe it's a semi-documentary?
Yeah. But there was like behind-the-scenes of filming it with Alec Baldwin as well.
Yeah.
It's cool. I really want to see it. I'm fascinated by that whole story of the FBI setting up, or CIA setting up John DeLorean, and I think he ended up getting off because they called it entrapment.
I forget the end result, but it was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't as big a deal to me because, like, you never saw DeLoreans on the road.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm intrigued to see what happens.
I remember seeing him on the road as a kid. Rarely, super rare. I mean, it was like, oh my God, there's the car from Back to the Future, and that, but it wasn't. It was definitely a rarity. I mean, even now you don't see him too often, but yeah, I'm excited to. Do you know what year that he went down for the whole cocaine thing? Was it before Back to the Future? It must have been, because the car company went out of business. I think the last year they manufactured them was 83. And Back to the Future came out in 85, so...
Yeah, so that's kind of why, I mean, what intrigues me about this is learning more about the timeline, which is something I've just never researched, never taken the time to really commit any...
Yeah, more familiar with the events, but not exactly when, like chronologically or... Yeah. This looks good, though. I definitely want to see it, and... I was so busy looking at the visuals, I didn't even notice to give a release date.
I didn't see it.
Because I read somewhere June 7th, but I don't know if that was like
It's
the
not going
first
to be
limited.
this last June 7th.
No, but I mean, maybe it like got a limited because it looks a little indie, kind of. So maybe it got like the indie film circuit release, and then we'll get a theatrical release.
I have a feeling I'm going to like this better than The Dead Don't Die.
Saw The Dead Don't Die a couple weeks ago, and it was just DOA, man.
It died.
I think its audience was super narrow.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way narrow, but I didn't read the list, but I guess there was a specific set of movies that you should watch to really appreciate the humor.
Yeah, I've seen some of those.
Have you? Yeah, see, I don't think I'd seen any of them, but...
Anyways, yeah, so I think in anticipation of this movie, we need to get out and either buy or rent a DeLorean.
Yes, yeah.
So
that's been on the agenda. We've had a DeLorean project on the agenda, and then I've kind of derailed that recently, and not completely derailed.
No, projects breed projects.
They do. Huh.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us, and
yeah.
If you have a second, give us your thoughts down in the bottom.
Yeah, check out the trailer to let us know.
Yeah, and is that it?
We're good.
Okay, cool. We're going to see Spider-Man: Homecoming tonight, so stay tuned for that.
Far From Home.
What did I say?
Homecoming.
Oh, God. Oh! Summer brain.
Yeah.
Blame it on the summer brain. Far From Home. I almost said Homecoming again, but I caught myself. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.